Hola mis queridos, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Alicia. Hello my kittens, how are you? My name is Allison and today we're playing Murder She Wrote Book 3, A Garden to Die For. Yeah, it's really weird that there's a book titled that in a video game. Good news that I don't have to go through the spiel of Collector's Edition versus the regular game, because I don't think there is a Collector's Edition for Murder She Wrote. And if you're not familiar with Murder She Wrote, it is a video game of a TV series that has the same name, and what's really cool is that the music you're listening to now is actually the show's theme music. I think that's pretty cool. And to let you all know what the show and also the video game is about, the main character is Jessica Fletcher. She is a murder mystery author, and she basically goes around the country, sometimes the world, for like vacations or conferences or anything of the sort. Coincidentally, she just comes into mysteries that she ends up helping to solve, or she solves herself. I basically call her the author version of Nancy Drew. Although, if you're a millennial, you would call her a female castle, which I find a little insulting. That's just me. Anywho, I do want to let you all know that there is a bit of a PSA warning here. There is some bloody scenes in each and every book, I gotta admit. We haven't seen any yet for A Garden to Die For, except for the book cover. There's also some pretty psychological things in each and every book, to be honest, because you never know what conversations, what situations can really damage the psyche, your mind, all that jazz. I just want to give you a fair warning that this is a thing. I myself have gotten a couple of psychological stuff when I was a kid, and I gotta tell ya, it's really hard to get out of it. It's really hard to break them. I call it a curse and a gift that I tend to react before I think. I act before I think. I do that a lot. Although I have been doing somewhat of a good job of controlling that lately. Still though, if I am emotionally hurt in any way where I am just like, I don't know what to do, I react instead of think. Sometimes it's a really bad thing to do, especially when I want to do it publicly. Yikes! That definitely got me in trouble last year. Alright, so I do want to mention, if there is anything that is not familiar in this video, that is because you have not been keeping up on this game. Seriously, I recommend checking out the links in the description box below. There's the previous video as well as the playlist. I recommend the playlist because it will have every single video that I've done so far on this book. As far as the whole game, well, you'll just have to look for those playlists, because I do have actually a created playlist that holds all of the Murder She Wrote's books, which I think is a great idea to do. You can actually find that on the channel. And I'm not going to go into the like and subscribe thing, because I normally do that at the end of the video. I have not been mentioning it these past few videos. If you're curious about this button here, I can click on it, but it's going to take me to an expired link. It no longer exists. But you can go to the company's website, Legacy Interactive. It's no longer Legacy Games. It is Legacy Interactive. You can easily look them up on the internet. Type in the company name in your search browser and it'll pop up. It's probably going to be like the first or second thing on that's listed. And one of the cool things that I like about the options is that you have a relaxed mode and a timed mode. Not to mention music, volume, sound volume. It would be really nice if they had like a voice volume, because there are times when I want the music to be quiet but the voices to be louder than the music. Unfortunately, the music and the voice are in one for this game. And there's also full screen windowed. Relaxed is just basically the opposite of timed. Timed, you are given 20 minutes for every hidden objects puzzle, and I think this excludes the mini puzzle that's in those hidden object puzzles. If you end up going to the zero amount of 20 minutes, you are automatically kicked out and you have to do the hidden objects puzzle all over again. Alright, so let's get into the game. There is one feature that I have yet to show you, and that is, I actually really like this menu part. And what's really cool is that once you've finished a game, the book has a stamp that says solved, which I think is really cool. Alright, so it got into Die For. I am excited. And what's really cool about this particular feature, clicking continue, booyah. Do you want to continue or save your saved game. You can hit cancel, which will take you back to this whole menu here. You can hit yes, which will continue your saved game, or you can hit no, and that will actually reset the entire game for the book. Yikes. Be careful when you hit that no button. Be careful when you are in this box, I should say. Alright, let's get into the game. And I actually want to get you all updated, because I believe in the previous video was the first video of the chapter, of the book. So basically, there's like some sort of garden competition going on. This is like an annual thing. Summer garden festivals, garden competition, and tour. Nice. An event Jessica looks forward to all year, every year. Her tour group arrived at Matthew O'Neill's and discovered that he's dead. So she ends up calling the police, of course. Sheriff Mort's, what does she say his last name was? Metzger? And the doc actually arrives with him. And it's interesting because I'm not a big fan of Doc. I gotta tell you, I'm not a big fan of this Doc. I'm not a big fan of the Doc in the TV series either. Oh man. Okay, so Emily Weisborough, she is a bit of a cat lady, cat woman. And she's a bit paranoid, because I think she mentioned something about rumors being spread about her. And let's see, she reported that she had overheard Matthew arguing with Jack Delgado of Jack of All Trades, which is a gardening company. I think it's mentioned here. Landscaping. Okay, gotta remember those are different. And let's see. Said that Thomas Pickering, the garden club president, had arrived between 11 and 11:30. And Mortz, the sheriff, caught up with Jack, informed us that he and Matthew had argued because Matthew didn't like the stones Jack used to edge his hydrangea beds and refused to pay for the work. Yikes! Jack denied killing Matthew and listed two people as Matthew's enemies. Emily, Messy Cats, and Avery Donaldson, wins competition every year. Jack's muddy footprints match the footprints we found in both Matthew's garden and Emily's patio. We found an estimate for Avery Donaldson along with several bags of mulch. Maybe Avery can shed some light on the situation? Shed? Get it? I'm joking. I'm sure that's not the pun she was going for.
Hello, Jessica. Sheriff Metzger. I presume you're here because of Matthew O'Neill's death.
Word travels fast.
Well, let me save you some trouble. It's true that Matthew and I were rivals in everything from Halloween decorations to Christmas lights, but it was always a friendly rivalry. I wished him no ill.
A friendly rivalry, in spite of Matthew's temper?
Well, he was always pretty easy to get riled up.
Don't take this the wrong way, Mr. Donaldson, but where were you around 11:30 this morning?
That's easy. I was at Maine Coast Garden Supply, buying some mulch.
Huh.
Your garden is lovely, Avery. I've never seen anyone have so much success at growing tropical plants as far north as New England.
The secret is my greenhouse. It allows the more tender plants to get a head start.
You mind if we take a look around?
Be my guest.
Thank you. The fact he said be my guest is actually a really good thing. One thing I do want to mention before I explain this hidden objects puzzle, which is different from other games that I've played so far. Jessica actually mentioned something at the beginning of the book saying that the garden Matthew had was something she had never seen before. And now she's saying Avery's garden is more exotic and more unique than she's ever seen. I think Jessica's kind of contradicting herself here. Anyway, with the hidden objects in Murder, She Wrote, you actually have to find letters of the keyboard. Well, you don't have to, but it is recommended so that you can understand what these words are. You have to find A, E, I, O, U, Y, because, well, Jessica uses a typewriter when she writes her books. The show did come out in the 70s, I believe. No, sorry, 80s. 80s. I always get that wrong. We're missing the O and the U. I think that's fine though, because I can understand most of these words. Kimono, that's right here. And we are looking for mulch, mulch, mulch. Mulchity, mulch, mulch, mulch. These must be the mulch bags he bought this morning. Maybe. Light bulb. First place ribbon. Wait, what? Oh, that's right here. His first place award is certainly well deserved. I suppose so. Boy. Okay. Camera. Screwdriver. Looks like the speakers are stuck. Oh, there's the O. And there's the can. Ball. There's the shell. There's the bell. I am having trouble finding everything. There's a bird. I can't find the wrench or the shovel. Do 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 do. But I love it. Alrighty. The timestamp on this credit card receipt confirms Avery's alibi. I still don't find it credible, if you get my meaning. Alright, where's that hint recharge? I would not have seen that. Nope.
Time to call it a day.
Tomorrow morning, I'd like to stop by the Garden Club office. Maybe Thomas Pickering can shed some light on things.
Perhaps so. And I forgot to mention that when you're playing this game, make sure you're not clicking on the dialogue. Not only will you be skipping that person talking, but it is possible you might end up clicking too much and end up skipping the entire conversation, even though in the bottom left corner it says skip. It frustrates me out the heck that that's a thing in here.
Hello, Thomas. Are we interrupting you?
Not at all, Jessica. Sheriff, come on in.
Mr. Pickering, I was hoping you might remember what time you visited Mr. O'Neill to Judge's Garden.
Based on the time displayed on Matthew's broken watch, it's possible that you were the last person to see him alive.
I think it was around 11 or so yesterday morning. I can't quite remember the exact time, but I can assure you that Matthew was very much alive when I left.
Huh.
Did you know about the rivalry between Mr. O'Neill and Avery Donaldson?
Well, of course, everyone in the Garden Club knew about that.
Really?
But I don't think Matthew ever got upset over it.
What did he get upset over?
I think Matthew was more irritated with Emily Wiseborough, because she let her cats run rampant across his garden. That and the fact that the woman has a streak of paranoia a mile wide. She accused Matthew of spreading lies about her on more than one occasion.
Really?
What sort of lies?
Once she complained that Matthew told the other Garden Club members that she liked to garden in her bathrobe. Another time, she accused him of starting a rumor about her stealing plant cuttings. Things like that.
Okay. One, I'm sure amateur gardeners garden in their bathrobes. Bless my mom, I'm trying not to say anything bad about her, but she does like to wear casual clothes that she's comfortable getting dirty when she gardens. And my oh my, you gotta see her yard, both her backyard and her front yard. They are beautiful, and she is actually trying to grow trees as well. I love my mom. She's freaking awesome. Alright, I'm kind of yucking it up now. Oh man, okay. I think I found all of them except the Y. I had trouble finding the Y last time I was on this, when I was on the practice run, which is sad. There's the duck. Let's put these paintings up. Boink! Ooh. This is Emily on the cover. I had no idea she's so well known for her roses. Why do you think we put up with her peculiar behavior? Interesting. Alrighty. Hanger, glasses. The hanger's right here. Glasses are right here. Elephant. Where did I see an elephant? Right there. Paper bag. Magnifying glass. Hat. Oh, right there. Compact disc, otherwise known as a CD. If you millennials are not familiar with this, oh my gosh, you are way too young. Sorry, I am judging here. Shep, camera, and teapot. Where is the pocket watch? You know what? This is the last one, so let's... Oh, that's what that's called. I forgot that's called the pocket watch. Actually, completely forgot.
So according to Thomas, Avery and Matthew were never bitter enemies, but I still think we should follow up on Avery's alibi.
I didn't even click.
Yeah, who knows? He could have altered that credit card receipt any number of ways to make it look like he was at the garden center at the time the murder took place.
How? Is the guy that technologically smart on how to do that?
Good morning, Carol. How are you?
Better now. Finding Matthew dead like that yesterday was quite a shock.
I bet.
Of course. Sheriff Metzger and I spoke with Avery Donaldson yesterday. He said that at the time Matthew was killed, he was here shopping. You wouldn't happen to have the original copy of
excuse
his
me.
credit card receipt, would you?
I think so. It's somewhere around here. You're welcome to look for it.
Oh, yeah.
This place gets to be such a mess, and I never seem to have the time to organize it.
Aw, let us help. Ooh, hey, there's a Y. Oh man. Hey, I think we found all the vowels. Sweet. Okay, we can dig this up. This should hold soil nicely, but I'll need something else to sweep it up. I think we can actually find it somewhere nearby. Oh frick, that was the hint recharge. Bug, mulch. The shelf is empty. Looks like there's been a run on garden mulch in Cabot Cove lately. Well, duh, this is a garden competition. There's another ba-da-doo. Ba-da-ba-doo. Woo! Here's Avery's sales receipts. One of my employees handled the sale, but she's not working today. I see. Special order. Do you have the invoice that goes with this receipt? I probably do somewhere. I'll look for it. But it may take a while. We aren't computerized here, at least not yet. And this is my busiest time of year. Right, because 80s was the decade where computers existed. Alright. We're missing a glove. I thought I already picked up a glove. Oh, there it is. No smoking sign. Pliers. There's the hammer. Yeah, there's the pliers. Gnome. Oh, I missed the bug spray? Where? Oh, right there. Club. Tickets. And garden shears. Garden shears. Duh.
Has Seth made any progress in determining how Matthew died?
I'll ask him in a minute. He and I are going to have another look around Matthew's garden to see if we can find anything that might help.
Mm-hmm. This actually will be the last thing we're going to be doing in this video.
The time of Matthew's death does match the time on his broken watch, 11:30 yesterday morning, and I've determined that he was poisoned.
With what?
That makes sense. The blue tinge on his lips and fingernails indicated it.
Wait, what?
What I don't know is what kind of poison killed him. Could have been a lot of things.
Well, I'm hoping that we'll find some new clues to narrow the list of possibilities.
Are you not showing us things that you already know, Jessica? With the butts. This happened in the previous book too, where she knew that one of the characters was more into green threads for knitting instead of red. Like, we didn't know that at all. Is that all of them? No, we're missing the A and Y. There's the Y. Why? Because we love you. M-O-U-S-E. There's the A. Mickey Mouse. I'm back. Gosh, I haven't heard that song in forever. Bug spray. Coffee mug. Maybe Matthew drank some pesticide by accident, or was forced to drink it. I can check the contents of his stomach for it. In the meantime, maybe Mort should have the forensics team check the coffee mug. Alright, I'm gonna have to give them the benefit of the doubt, considering this is the 80s. Because nowadays, we can actually figure out what kind of poison it is just by doing tests on their body, even outside of the morgue. Like I said, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay. We need... Ooh. Pinwheel. There's a frog. Yeah. Alrighty. So now we can access that ornate box. Still need to figure out where the clothespin and the trowel is. There's the clothespin. Alright, well, let's go through this. I actually do know all the words here, but I forgot what some of the flowers look like. These are actually flowers that we gotta spell out. And they're all pretty easy if you know your flowers. If not, well, you're about to find out. This is the daffodil. And if you're actually not familiar what a carnation is, then it is possible that you were too young to have finished high school. Because carnations is what they often use for prom. It kind of depends on what school you go to, but there is such thing as a junior prom and a senior prom. A junior prom is just for kind of like a social thing, really. A senior prom is like the big grand party before you graduate, which is really nice. They fancy it up more than they should. At least they do with most schools. Mine, not so much. Alright, so I'm going to move everything to the flower they actually belong to. For instance, all the purple ones go to carnations. I do know... Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, that stays here. Alright, cool. We're good on that. There we go, and it turns green when it's complete. With the carnations... I think I have everything for the carnations. I'm not entirely positive. Okay, that fits. There we go. For the orchid, it is a little bit tricky. What? Alright, let's do that last. That goes there. Dinky dinky dinky. Okay, so everything is here. Okay, got it. I always forget that it's the small one that needs to be on the left. There we go. Alrighty, daddy, we got beans. Whoa, that's a lot of text. These look like castor beans. They're the source of a deadly poison, ricin. Oh, now I think I'm familiar with ricin. How do you know that? I researched ricin for use as a murder weapon in one of my books. You might want to check for that, Seth. Where would Matthew O'Neill get castor beans? They don't grow up in these parts. Good question. And I will actually research that when I go into the background shenanigans with this video. Oh, whoops. Freaking dirt!
Judging by what Thomas Pickering said earlier, Emily didn't tell us the whole story about how she and Matthew got along. Mort and I should probably speak with her further.
And we will in the next video. Yes, indeedy, that's what I'm saying. Oh my gosh, everyone, what a crazy, crazy video. So, not only do we have motive for almost every single character, we have an actual what for what killed the victim. And that's interesting because you don't normally learn that in the first. Actually, no. You normally don't learn about the murder weapon until, I guess, normally the 6th or 7th chapter. And what chapter are we on? Chapter 7. Okay. Well, actually, wait, no. Normally you're supposed to find out about the murder weapon in the first 3 or 4 chapters. Normally. I guess Jessica's that good, making it draw out that long. Which is probably a good thing, you know? Make the readers entice you to read more. Well, I think I kind of already did my story review. I actually really like this. I gotta admit, Murder, She Wrote is actually one of my favorite classic shows to watch when it comes to murder mysteries, or even just mysteries in general. Because the TV show, the mysteries are not always murder. I think the most common ones in the show besides murder are like burglary or identity theft. I think there was even one that was kind of like the first book of this game, where it was smuggling. Not just people, but jewelry, things like that. In fact, one of the Nancy Drew books was about smuggling. I'm not going to get into that though, because that book is definitely not for kids, definitely not for teenagers. I'm actually really glad that when Her Interactive turned it into a video game, they excluded all of that. You really don't want that in a video game rated for everybody. Although I wouldn't mind seeing that as a mature video game. Because seriously, Captive Witness is a pretty intense book. Anyway, I think that's going to be it, everyone. I love you all so much, and I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I did. Oh my gosh. I am looking forward to the next chapter, the next part. And I will talk to you all in the next video, which will be... And on that note, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If so, smash that like button like a kitten would. And if you're just now tuning into this channel, go ahead and click that ugly red subscribe button to make that beautiful gray, as well as the bell icon right next to it. That'll notify you of all the videos that I do, which are on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays, rarely Fridays. And I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Sweet Rusty Rabbit Fun World, saying goodbye. Stay awesome and stay on YouTube! I can't help but sing along with the music, or even dance to it. Dude, it's so catchy.